Well, this is Umar from Brooklyn, and I want to comment on the debate.
Umar.
Okay. Well, like I'm saying that my feeling of everybody making it a binary decision. Okay, Trump and Hillary are the choices that they gave us. But that
Mm-hmm.
is not the only choices. My problem with all these progressives who keep going, oh my God, Trump is going to destroy the world. But okay, yeah, but Hillary doesn't seem to be any better. That's what a lot of people are saying. No one is saying we don't want to vote. We're saying we don't want to vote for these two. And my hardcore question to these progressives is, we go through this every election cycle, every
Yep.
single election cycle. At what point do we get steadfast and say we're not accepting this anymore? We are going to change it. Nobody is going to make me care if Trump or Clinton is president, because they're both awful people. And I get all kinds of stuff. Well, Hillary's better. Then why do you have to do so many backflips to make her better? And the most important question is, this is directly to progressives. We began this thing saying we're going to change it. Now we're ending it saying Trump might destroy the world. And I'm sorry, that's even Benjamin Dixon saying, oh my God, Trump will institute stop and frisk. I'm in New York. It's already here. Trump will cause more black people to get murdered. Black people being murdered every day. Everything you're describing Trump might do is happening. What, he's going to escalate it? How? It's been.
Yeah.
I have been protesting and marching and being part of groups and stuff over police murders literally since 1984. That's when I got. You understand this phrase, Anoa? Got consciousness. That's a black thing. When they say you got consciousness, is when you go from being kind of an ignorant to suddenly waking up to the world. You start out being an angry black person, and then you begin to realize there's confirmation you got to make. But the point is this. These murders are not new. What's new is cell phones. What's new is now people are publicizing it. And I'm noticing that the exact same excuses being made when I first started, and I'm talking way back with a guy named Yusef Hawkins.
Yep.
Is the exact same excuses people are giving today. That is not going to change. Racist president, I keep saying this. I have been living under racist presidents. The only non-racist president I haven't lived under is Obama, and frankly, he hasn't done anything about the situation. So continuously scaring us with this, Trump will destroy the country, and I still don't get how when it comes to Obama and it comes to the first Clinton, well, they only have but so much power. But suddenly, Trump he's like, what is he, the guy from the dead zone? He's just going to press the button and go hallelujah? Come on, progressive. It's time to change
Thank you, Umar.
Changing means changing.
Excellent
changing means
point, always.
You might not like. And voting for one or for another is not a stand. That's coalition into the old order. Now I'm going to let Anoa talk.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Umar, for calling in. Greatly appreciate you. I do think, and I think I cut myself off and didn't make that point, that we don't just have two choices. We don't have to fall into this whole protest vote. I think I said this last night. Protest vote is a very condescending term that you use to scare people into, or don't you think shouldn't your vote count? Or why would you vote for someone if they're not going to win? Well, everybody votes for someone who doesn't win because there can only be one winner, right? I mean, and if you recognize that you're voting and you're not voting for the purpose of quote unquote winning the election, right? But you're voting because there are other issues at stake. For example, if you are somebody who is a stalwart of the Green Party, if you're a Green Party supporter, if you're someone who's trying to build agency activism around the Green Party, help grow the party, getting people to vote, getting certain percentages on the ballot in certain states is paramount to the, next election cycles and what the Green Party is able to do. Actively saying and being willing to be a part of polls and things like that to say, yes, I support the Green Party, signing petitions and stuff, that makes a difference possibly in terms of whether or not Jill Stein can even get on the stage. Like I said, I think it was very brilliant to do a counter debate type of thing through social media yesterday. I know some people get like, but don't you rag? Yes, I do. I do rag on her because she gets on my nerves sometimes. I mean, but that's my prerogative. I don't like everybody says about Hillary. I don't have to absolutely love you to support you, and I support what the Green Party is doing. I don't know that necessarily I'm going green, I'm at this, you know, I've been independent for unaffiliated, whatever the phrase is, for, I think it's independent in West Virginia. I think it's unaffiliated here in Georgia, but I've been such for like 6 years now, 6-7 years. So, and I like staying that way, but I think that we need to look at what all our options are. I'd love to see, you know, the Party for Socialism and Liberation grow, Workers' World Party grow, and reach more people, because we need to have these entities that help bridge us across issues, right? Like you know, the Lamont Lilly ticket, they talk a lot about Monica Moore. Moore and Lilly, not Lamont Lilly. Lamont Lilly is Monica Moore's VP, but they are the Workers' World Party ticket. And one of the things they've talked about is the fact that it is a moral imperative to fight against Trump. But that is combating the vestiges of racism and institutionalized oppression wherever it is lays, you know, actually doing that work. That is combating the Trump effect, not specifically supporting Hillary Clinton. Because here's the thing, and pundits have ever said this, there are pieces about it, those quote unquote people, those deplorable people or whatever, they're not going away. They've always been here. They've been raised and bred to be the way they are. They're raising and breeding another generation. It's not happening. And not all of, quote unquote, those people are all Trump supporters. Because like I've said before, my daughter goes to school with the heathen children of liberal Democrats, and they can be just as racist as they want to be. So it's not racism, and I've said this during the election, the primary cycle, racism is not something that's only on the right. It happens on the left too. And what we need to be doing is addressing these issues where they stand, and not just fixating on certain particular people or ideas as if that's the end all be all going to resolve it. Donald Trump, who came of age in the 60s and 70s, is not the reason why we have racism and other deplorable practices in this country today. Again, that was started when certain people's ancestors brought the rest of us over here on boats and stole the land from the Native Americans. Like, we can't just act like all of a sudden this is because of Trump. Like all of a sudden this is just because of Republicans. Democrats have been racist too. It's silly to act like there's anything different. Democrats brought us racist welfare reform with stereotypes depicting black women as these ghetto lazy welfare queens that needed to be controlled because they were hypersexualized and just kept having babies for food stamps. Like, that's just the dumbest damn concept I've ever heard. Who has anyone ever had food stamps before? It's not even like you're getting that much money to be getting pregnant to get food stamps. Like, that's just the dumbest concept ever. Like, I could go on and on about that, but the presidential debate, there was a lot. It was wanting.